Welcome to Whatif Model Railways. Going to do a short running session today and see how this train runs. That's the Intercity Swallow leaving the terminus station and making its way down to the lower station you see in the bottom of the picture. Today I've only got the one viewpoint, camera viewpoint. I thought I'd keep it simple. Whoops, having a little bit of a moment there with the tripod. So the Intercity comes into lower station north. And as that leaves lower station north, that will trigger the platform 1 train, which is one of my new Northern Rail trains. Love these trains, Graham Farish, all lit up, really good price. I've got 2 of them now and I'm very, very pleased with them. They work wonderfully, and the fact that they got lighting on them is even better. So as that Northern Rail makes its way down to the platform you see in the bottom of the picture, lower station north, meanwhile the Intercity flashed through and will now be entering the east reverse loop, and you might just see it pop out on the left hand corner. I'm not quite sure. Bear's in the house again. He always likes to pop up and see me in the railway room and see what he can do, being a puppy. So the Northern Rail will move away and out comes the Virgin 43 out of platform 6. Meanwhile, we have some shunting going on in the yard. That's the Northern Rail passing through the lower station this time. There's a class 20 in the yard having a shunt. And here comes the 43 into lower station north, which will trigger the Intercity to come out of the reverse loop on your left there. And the Northern Rail train will enter that tunnel. Meanwhile, my class 20 is going to take a little trip up to, I'm not quite sure where it's going to take a trip to actually, is it? Southwest train comes out of platform 2 as the Intercity arrives in platform lower station south. Oh, something got stuck on the points there. That's the Intercity coming back into the yard area, shunting. I think it's time to clean that point blade again, as that often happens. I've got some electrical contact cleaner this time. I'm going to use that the next time I clean it. So everything goes swimmingly well as the southwest arrives. I've now changed position of the camera for an overall look at the model, looking from west to east. And you'll see me up in the top corner with mouse in hand. I'm doing manual shunts in the yard with the mouse. I did have a canopy for this terminus, but unfortunately it got a bit ruined and I've been too lazy to make a new one to go back over it. And in any event, it tends to restrict access into the station if anything happens. So I'm a lazy modeller. I just like running the trains and seeing them go round. That's my aim. It takes the pressure off me. I feel relaxed. I just like watching the trains go by. On this thing you can see the trains coming down the left hand side around the lower loops and also coming down from the terminal station and also going up the terminal station on the right hand side. You can see them going in and out of the lower station north and south. So you get quite a good view here. The only bit you can't probably see is the very end of the layout. Just going to do another shunting action by the look of it. My hands on the mouse. Northern Rail has arrived in lower station north, so that should trigger a train to come out. That goes to GWI 800. That's the second to last train to leave the Whatif terminus. And that's waiting on the left hand side there. And now it moves off. As the southwest train comes back up to platform 2. The 800 arrives in the lower station north, and that will trigger the train to leave the reverse loop. There it comes. Virgin Pretendolo. And in goes the Northern Rail. So when the Class 800 moves off from the lower station north, that will trigger the last train, which is now moving out of Whatif terminus there on the left, which is a GWR 2-carriage unit, or 2-car unit. And that is the last train in the sequence. I do love this Kato train. It runs so smoothly. A little bit of shunting going on there. So as the last train arrives in lower station north, That one, when it leaves the lower station north, will trigger the swallow, which is the start of the next sequence. Only this time all the trains will be pushing rather than pulling. And this is one of the things I've had to make sure of, that the trains can push equally as well as they can pull. And they do. Generally speaking, I don't have any problems. But there's always the exception to the rules. And there comes the intercity swallow, down the hill on the left and into the tunnel, and then down into lower station north. And that, when it gets into the station, will trigger the Kato 800. And that will do its circuit around the lower loops. So we just keep watching this until the last two trains in the Whatif terminus return to their platforms, which is the Kato 800 you see there in lower station south, and also the GWR 158 DMU 2-car unit, which is at the moment hidden in the reverse loop. And this 800 will go around the outer loop circuit. You can see it on the left hand side there, past the east reverse loop exit, through the lower station south, and if you look back over to the left hand side there in a moment, you'll see the GWR come out of the tunnel. That is the reverse loop. Or not, as the case may be. Do we have a problem? Yes, we do. So the GWR has actually derailed on the crossing.
Oh, come on.
And as you can see, my frustration. So there's going to be a little bit of toing and froing here while I try and sort out what the hell has gone wrong. There we go. I finally stopped the train. Now I've got to go and find it. No idea what happened. I did find out later on through my adjustments of the board, because it's on adjustable feet. I actually made a kink in the reverse loop, which I obviously can't see. And the only train that derailed was this 2-car unit in the reverse loop. And it caused me no end of trouble. But I'm glad to say that I've actually solved that problem. I took all the legs back down to zero, as it were, and gradually jacked them back up equally. And the layout is, since it's running absolutely beautifully. So I picked this unit up and now I'm putting it on the rail. The one thing I will say about these units that are already plugged together electrically, these Graham Farish, they are blimmin' difficult to get back on the tracks, because you've got to get all 2 cars, the Northern Rail, all 4 cars back on the track at the same time. So yeah, so I'm probably looking at the screen now wondering what needs to be restarted and trying to work out where everything is. Basically, I've got the intercity down there somewhere, the Swallow. I can't see it as I look at the picture here, but it's there somewhere. I'm probably looking at the map, wondering where it is. And for the moment, I might manually move trains into their respective areas. Now, I think what's happened is because there was a short, one of the points didn't change, and a train actually ended up going somewhere it shouldn't have gone. And that's what I'm trying to work out now. It'll take me just a couple of minutes just to work it out, and then we can get back on with the running session. Don't know why I touched that. No idea. I noticed that the Cato 800 hasn't arrived in the platform properly. It's stopped short. Oh, there we go. Class 43 is now leaving the station, which of course is correct because the Northern Mail triggers it, which has just come round the bottom left-hand corner. Oh, there's the GWR, the 2-car unit. That's going to make its way up the hill now and back. So that actually, once that arrives back into the station, that will complete a complete circuit of all the trains in the Whatif terminus. And there it comes. Back into a platform where there isn't one. Must sort that out. It's becoming annoying now. Anyway, there I'm going to leave it. I hope you enjoyed the tribulations of me running my railway. And as you can see, not everything goes perfectly all the time. We do have mishaps, but I hope you enjoyed it. Have a good day. Don't forget to subscribe and please post a comment in the bottom. I like to hear from you. Take care. Have a good day.